Greg Anthony and Brent Barry are terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. Hey, Dave.
Well, for Bradley Beal, it all started with his shot. His mom was a great athlete in her own right, and she coached him. By age 7, he was making high school range threes. He said, "I just run from arc to arc. I loved it because you knew you had to guard me all the way out there. Everywhere I went, it was shooter, shooter. My name became shooter." Kevin, it still is.
It sure is. Thanks, David. And making our way toward the finish line, this is a great time to check out the new power rankings. They still have a firm hold on that second spot. Strong place to be.
And I think for the Knicks, they've experimented with a lot of options this season, but at some point you are what you are. And that's a pretty good basketball team moving forward.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Bradley Beal is out there with Morris. Then there's Jonathan Isaac. And there's Porzingis. And it's Harrell in at the 4 slot. And for Boston, they've got Chris Middleton. Joe Ingles is out there with Kyle Kuzma. And it's LeBron James. And it's Cantor in at the 5 spot.
Well, the Knicks had a lot of turnover trading for expiring contracts. They did what they could to accommodate the wishes of a lot of vets.
Yeah, the problem right now for the Knicks is they're not inviting to a lot of free agents, and that's really where they're trying to make their play. So fascinating over the course of the past decade that New York has not been able to attract the top-tier talent. So building through the draft, Coach Fizdale hopeful that they'll land a star one way or another.
Now, here is Morris after LeBron James's miss. Fires for 3. Knocks down the 3 ball.
Well, LeBron's stretching out the defense now, starting to get in the three-point rhythm.
And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. It's a 3-point game. To the middle, and stolen by Kuzma. Ingles kicks to Kuzma. LeBron dishes to Cantor. Back to LeBron. Middleton outside. 5 on the clock. That shot, no good. And New York will come the other way. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
Well, in that one, they just had everything working offensively. It's a lot of fun when you get into that kind of a groove.
Yeah, I love watching that game, and in particular, their demeanor in their destruction in that game.
And stolen by Kuzma.
You can stay active on defense. Good things usually happen. Right there, quick hands helped alter what would have been a sure 2 there.
Here's LeBron. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
It's so difficult to stop him. Even when you hit him or pull at him or tug him or talk to him, none of it works.
Pass to Harrell. Porzingis trying to get free. And there's Harrell. That's good on the assist by Morris.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Are you asking me, GA? I'm not sure.
Now here's Kuzma. Chris Middleton unable to get his last shot to go. LeBron shot is off.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
Yeah, I like the concentration there. Isaac showing how skilled he is on the block. Feels like no one can stop him.
Now the pass to Kuzma. And here's Cantor. He's covered by Isaac. Back to Kuzma. Ingles against Harrell. And the basket by Ingles.
Where was the D on that one? Just too easy.
And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for New York. They trail by 3. Last time they met in New York.
Yeah, in this game, they'll want to approach things a little differently, I think. Got blown out last time due to being a little too aggressive on the defensive side.
Yeah, and that led to a few of their key guys spending long stretches of the game on the bench because of foul trouble. Hard to find yourself back in a rhythm when you do that.
Kuzma finds James. Nice ball movement by Boston. And James throws it down.
Yeah, I'm not going to give LeBron any more space, but certainly like to see him dunk. How about that throwdown?
Morris outside. Porzingis against Kuzma. To the inside, and Harrell slams it in.
At 7-3, Porzingis with no trouble seeing over the defense. Excellent pass and a very unselfish play.
And here's James outside. And it's Bradley Beal with the rebound. New York trailing. Here's Isaac. Drills the three-pointer. Isaac's got 5.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Middleton looking it over. He kicks to Ingles. This one for 3. It doesn't go for him. So New York will take it the other way. Their offense has been great here.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance.
Now, here is Morris. 14 points from him the last game against Charlotte.
And guys, the other thing that he did well was just facilitate the offense, pass the ball around beautifully in that one. Seriously put on a passing clinic.
Middleton with it. He's covered by Isaac. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Knocked loose, and so it's New York with it. Morris outside. Here's the break. Here's Middleton. Drains it from 17 feet out.
Well, Chris Middleton recognizing the transition opportunity and taking off down the court to get ahead of everybody.
Here's Morris. Porzingis trying to get free. Morris, no good.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
The 6th pick back in 2017, 6'10" Jonathan Isaac out of Florida State. Greg, what have you seen from him?
Came in somewhat raw. Potential as a rangy defender. Offensively, though, still a ways to go.
Now here's LeBron, and he really did play well against Chicago in that last game.
Still playing at an MVP level. LeBron James, the greatest player of his generation, and some would argue of all time. We can't take for granted what we've been able to witness.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good. And now in his mid-30s, LeBron showing no sign of slowing down.
Man, his dedication to training and really maintaining his body, second to none. Alongside his prodigious athleticism, it seems that's made a huge difference.
Davis is checked in for New York. That one misses.
When you talk to opposing coaches and how they scheme for LeBron James, the amazing thing is they talk about how he sees every facet of the game, not just what he needs to run, but how it is that he can make it difficult for opposing offenses.
Now here's Beal. He picked up 24 points in their last one against Charlotte. Just 3 to shoot. The rebound by the Celtics. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Yeah, and in that game, it turned into a massive scoring night. It wasn't so much about the game plan as it was establishing early confidence to get that win.
For Boston, they have not yet made a free throw in the game, 0 of 2 so far.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls, and that puts them up by 1 point. Most every team now, Brent, looking to run when they can run. Who's the most lethal big man in transition? They can get baseline to baseline in a hurry and make a difference at the other end.
Don't think I've seen any player do the type of things at his size and with his stride than Giannis. I just think there were eye-popping plays that people could not wrap their head around what it is he could do. Taking 2 steps from half court, lengthening out his right arm to finish at the rim, grabbing offensive rebounds from the block, not taking any steps and dunking it over the top and getting to the free throw line. Giannis running in transition as a big is a problem for the defense.
And all that on the offense, but on his defensive side, he was always doing the same kind of things defensively. Blocking shots, blocking out, whatever the case may be.
Yep, causing, I mean, just the simple fact of being a deterrent, Kevin, to people coming into the lane and using that length. I mean, Giannis Antetokounmpo is something special in that regard as a big.
Both ends of the floor, I totally agree. And the GOAT conversation. LeBron has said his motivation is to surpass Michael Jordan as the greatest of all time. Greg, what do you think he needs to do to bolster his case?
I think for the naysayers, the obvious answer is more rings. You look at the other numbers, including those 8 consecutive finals appearances, LeBron is in the discussion.
And he can't get the first one. And the second free throw, good. And it's Davis with the ball for the New York Knicks, trailing by 2. And it's Beal in the corner. Lets the 3 fly. Kuzma pulls it in. The Celtics have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. Passes it to Middleton. Kicks it to Morris. Pass to LeBron. And finished off by LeBron.
LeBron putting the ball down on the deck. You just can't stop him when he goes straight to the rim.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. And I just love the skill set that Markieff Morris has, Greg, at that forward position.
He really is a do-it-all type of forward for this team. Can step outside and shoot, but has no problem guarding anyone on the front line of the opposition.
Some changes for Boston. Alex Len comes in for Cantor, and Alec Burks subbed in for Kyle Kuzma. Noel's checked in for New York. Knicks trail by 4. Davis kicks to Beal. New York moving the ball around. Morris against Porzingis. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
All right, a chance to check out stats for James. He's been on a tear since the All-Star break, going really to another level. He's averaging 35 points, 7 assists, and 8 rebounds. And it says a lot that when we see numbers like this from him, we aren't even shocked. He's that good.
Yeah, we really have just grown to get used to his greatness, and that's the level for him that he's on right now.
Gives the team such a great element, having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Celtics leading by 3. The dish to Len. Back to LeBron. And James throws it down hard.
Sometimes LeBron just likes to take it all out on the rim, that time on display.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line in the game. Mills, he's checked in for the Celtics.
LeBron James. At the line with one shot.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Brent, when you look back on all the stars you played against during your career, who was the biggest intimidator?
Well, I think about intimidating players, and the first word that comes to mind is Anthony Mason. I know he wasn't a bona fide star player,
Superstar,
but
right.
you know the role that he had for
Yes,
the
I
teams
do.
that he played with, and Anthony Mason was a player you did not want to be playing against. During my era, most of the years that I had some successes and minutes on the floor, it was certainly Kevin Garnett. The way that KG approached every game, and you spent many seasons watching him very closely. From year 1 to year 18 or 19, KG came at you every game, every night with the same kind of zest and excitement to compete.
Well put. The Celtics have shot less than 50% at the free throw line today, hitting just 3 of 7.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down
Shooting 2.
80%.
The first one falls. And both free throws good for James.
And trailing here in the early going, too many careless fouls, and they're giving up a lot of trips to the line.
Davis up top, covered by LeBron. Davis against LeBron. Feeds it to Noel.
Well, it's been up and down the last few years for Nerlens Noel, but there are still some impactful numbers for the minutes that he's on the floor as a rim protector.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. He misses the free throw.
Nerlens Noel, since coming into the league, seemingly has fought an uphill battle to try to find a role on a team where he can consistently make key contributions. Let's hope it's now.
Kyle Korver, he's checked in for LeBron. And he sinks the second. Celtics leading by 4. And here's Mills. He's coming off a 10-point game against Chicago. Pass to Len. Over Davis. And it's Len. That time on the assist by Mills. And the Celtics lead by 6. And for Noel, his numbers will never match the visual impact he has on the floor, wouldn't you say?
Oh, he's definitely a player about the little things out there, just being a rim protector, making sure that guys think about him when they're attacking the rim.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Burks with it. Now guarded by Bogdanovich. And the layup's good off the glass. And it's an 8-point Celtic lead. And so it's Beal. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. Al Porzingis. He's coming off a 13-point game against Charlotte.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Mills finds Len. Beal against Burks. And here's Mills from the arc. No good that time. Now the Knicks take it the other way. Beal taking his time here. The pass to Bogdanovich. Outside, Davis passes to Porzingis. They get it back. Noel, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, when Nerlens Noel stays very confident offensively, good things like this tend to happen.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight. That's good from Noel. Both free throws good from Noel. Celtics leading by 4. Mills with it. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Outside, Davis. He kicks it to Noel. Here's Bogdanovich. Good work defensively by Morris.
Well, that's how to protect the rim without fouling. Force him into an awkward release and a bit of an adjustment on the layup.
Now here's Mills. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. And the Celtics can't hang on to the ball. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Cantor.
And guys, I think the best way to measure his performance these last 10 games is his effective field goal percentage, which has improved, a sign that his game is in much better shape than it was not too long ago.
Here is Davis. An 11-point game for him in the win against Charlotte.
And he passed the ball so well in that game, keeping everybody involved, even as he was racking up all those points.
Now, I'll be honest, I thought there's no way that he's missing that close. That's a bunny. Give it up for the aggressive defense, Kevin.
Burks finds Morris. Celtics passing it around. 6 to shoot. Mills looking it over. Over Porzingis. Nice jump shot from the top of the key. And the Celtics lead by 6.
But becoming more and more complete on the offensive end, Mills shows he can shoot it off the bounce, keeping the defender honest.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Back to Beal. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to go on Markieff Morris.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
The Knicks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
And the first one drops. And both free throws good for Beal.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Boston Celtics. They kept going to him again and again, and he delivered with a monster quarter. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Kristaps Porzingis grew up in faraway Latvia, but thanks to his brother, developed a passion for the NBA.
My older brother, he was a big fan of NBA always, and he always had pictures of Michael and then Kobe and Shaq, and then we both started watching a lot of NBA highlights. And then later on, 13, 14, Kobe and Powell, I used to watch those guys play a lot.
And Greg, that's something different now for foreign players, isn't it? A lot more exposure to the NBA.
And KP, a fan of the culture. You saw him in cornrows as a kid. I think that helped prepare him for the transition.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And the Celtics guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Well, look at the turnover ratio, then look at the score. Easy to see what happened in that first period.
Yeah, hopefully the opposition can recover, because that first quarter defensively was unbelievable, just crippling defense.
Kyle Korver is out there with Morris. Then it's Alex Len. Then there's Alec Burks. And it's Mills in at the point. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. Porzingis passes to Bogdanovich. And it goes down 2 points.
And you just have to admire that aggressive nature of Bogdanovich. He's just itching to pull the trigger as soon as the ball hits his hand.
Now, here is Morris. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Shots good by Mills.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Morris against Burks. Here's Morris. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Len grabs the board. Celtics leading by 3. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Mills finds Len over Morris, and it's Len. That time on the assist by Mills.
Well, there's a couple things that Patty is working on to be a better player in this league, and finding the open man is one of them.
Out to the wing. Porzingis inside. Morris is there. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to go on Markieff Morris. And the impact that Porzingis can have on the defensive end, Greg, cannot be overstated.
The reach and leaping ability he has paired with his timing make him a premier rim protector. And what sets him over the top really is that fearlessness. He will challenge anyone and everyone at the rim.
And he makes the first. Brent, talk about the length of the season. Commissioner Silver is also considering proposals to shrink the season. What do you think?
I think it'd be interesting, and I'm not sure financially how the league goes back from an 82-game season and ticket sales and revenue and television, and how they kind of unwind what it is they've agreed to. But 70 games to me, in terms of the competition, Kevin, in terms of the elevated play of the star players on a nightly basis, the fact that you probably get stars to appear in every game and not be sat out for load management and things like that, I think overall it'd be pretty healthy.
Now here's Mills. Back to Canner. He dishes it to Ingles. Here's Kuzma. And the rebound goes to the Knicks.
Well, maybe not the best shot against that kind of defense, but he still has the ability to knock that kind of shot down.
Pass to Harrell. Now here's Isaac. He's covered closely, and he gets it to go. Harrell's got 6.
He gets really excited about finishing through contact, Kevin.
Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way.
A moment here to check out some of the stats for Ingles. Averaging about 7 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. We know that he can come up with the occasional big play, but his overall numbers haven't been impressive.
There is a bit of a feeling they're all looking to him to step up, and they know he's capable of doing it right now, just not getting it done.
Now here's Porzingis. 8 points for him. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Korver passes to Kuzma, and Kuzma slams it in.
Outstanding job by Korver in how he swings the pass over to the most open man on the court.
To the paint. Here's Porzingis. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Porzingis has got 7 points for the quarter.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Now here's Cantor. A 26-point game for him in the win against the Bulls in Chicago.
As a big, once you get position inside, it allows you to fight and come away with a lot of tough boards.
Morris, no good.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Mills can't hit.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
And Davis puts it in.
Yeah, love watching Isaac find the open teammate. Has great floor awareness out there and just knows when one of his guys has a clean look.
Now here's Kuzma. He had 25 points in the win against Chicago. Pass to Mills. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by New York. Porzingis has got his 5th rebound in this one. Davis finds Porzingis. Here's Isaac, launches it, and Cantor pulls it down. Here's Kuzma. Again, the miss by the Celtics. The Knicks with the lead. And here is Isaac. He's got 5. Outside, Davis. And there's the pass to Porzingis. No good on the triple. Boston's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. It's out of bounds. Last touch by Korver. Here's a chance now to check out the New York Knicks' upcoming schedule. On Saturday, they'll be taking on Paul Millsap and the Golden State Warriors. Then on Monday, they'll take on John Wall and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And for that matchup with the Pelicans, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
Stolen by Cantor. Kuzma inside. He's defended by Harrell. Ingles against Porzingis. They need this one. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. The D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
Davis kicks to Porzingis. Back to Davis. Beyond the arc. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 5 rebounds tonight. The 3 from Korver. Hands it from downtown. Korver's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Well, the shot from Korver is all about establishing rhythm there, collecting himself and confidently elevating up and knocking that one down.
Morris kicks to Davis. Outside, Porzingis. 5 to shoot. No good off the back of the rim.
D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Passes it to Cantor. Over Davis. The feed to Ingles. Pass to Mills. The 3. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
This is some of what he does best. Mills can shoot from downtown.
Knicks trail by 5. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
On the wing, Morris. Ingles covering. Morris passes to Harrell. And stolen by Kuzma. Inside. Now here's Mills. He's covered by Isaac. The second effort. And Mills kicks to Cantor. Bounce pass from Kuzma. Over to the left wing. From the arc. For just the 4th time today, it is good. That one makes him 4 for 10.
Yeah, he couldn't connect on anything from outside in the first quarter, but now he's hit 2 threes in the second quarter, and he looks much better.
New York calls timeout. The 55th pick back in 2009. Those picks don't hit very often, but Greg Patty Mills, now with a decade in the NBA.
6'0". And that may be generous. The Australian Mills, a dangerous pull-up shooter, and he does not back down.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Chris Middleton's checked in for Korver. And James subbed in for Patty Mills.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
A three from Morris.
Just doesn't seem to have it here in the second quarter.
I hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
Middleton the pass to Cantor. Got a hand on it. Middleton against Beal. To halt the run, and he gets the jumper to drop. Beal's got 9.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight, Kevin. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Out to Kuzma. And again, Boston with the triple.
Bringing that three-point percentage up quite a bit this quarter, shooting it well. The lead's going to get a little bit bigger if they can keep this up.
Outside Bogdanovich. Pass to Isaac. Outside Beal. The pass to Morris. And stolen by James. And Middleton, the basket on the assist by James. Middleton's got the lead up to 11 now for the Celtics. The Knicks have gone 6 of 14 shooting here in the second. Morris passes to Isaac. Outside Beal. Pass to Bogdanovich. Connects from three-point range. Bogdanovich has got 5 points now this quarter.
And Bogdanovich is a consistent shooter from outside. Once he's in rhythm, he's comfortable from firing from beyond.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been 3. The defense is just giving up a barrage.
And here's Bogdanovich after LeBron James hitting the 3. Feeds to Harrell. Good, and it's Beal picking up the assist. Beal's got 3 assists now in this one.
Harrell will do whatever it takes to grab some of those buckets down low.
Now here's Middleton. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Bulls in Chicago. Kuzma inside. He's covered by Bogdanovich. Kuzma can't get it to go.
And one thing I liked in the first quarter was their aggressiveness to draw the contact, putting the defense on the defensive.
Beal drives in, and again it's New York. 1:10 left in the first half. Pass to James. Now here's Ingles, covered by Morris. For 3, Middleton doesn't go that time. Now the Knicks take it the other way. Following this one, they get to host the Warriors. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home.
And you can knock Isaac around, but it doesn't matter. Outstanding in terms of his focus and tenaciousness to attack the defense.
Now here's Cantor. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Back to Middleton. The Knicks pull it in. 26 seconds left in the first half of the game. Morris looking over the floor. Four on the clock. And James pulls it down. LeBron's got his 4th rebound in this one. And he banks in the layup. James has got 5 points now this quarter.
Yeah, there's just pinball action going on right now. Once LeBron gets in there, he's going to finish.
And so it's the Boston Celtics heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. LeBron James had it going on in the first quarter. He ended up with 22 points, 2 steals, and 2 assists. Taking a look at the Celtics, Shaq, what do you think?
Yeah, coach has done a good job of scheming LeBron free, getting him into that rhythm, getting him into that zone where he's almost impossible to stop.
And over to Kenny. What'd you think about New York?
I think they're giving this game away because of their turnovers. I mean, you may not control everything that happens out there, but you do control how much you value each possession. I think coming out of the break, they need to be more efficient to close the gap in the score.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go over there.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
And the way he goes at defenders, he is bound to get to the line just like he did there in that first half.
Yeah, almost inviting contact, that attack mentality on full display.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. And so it's Beal who brings the ball up for the Knicks. 7-point differential. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Knicks, Montrezl Harrell is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Monte Morris. Then there's Jonathan Isaac. And it's Beal in at the 2. Now here is Morris. Chris Middleton unable to get his last shot to go. Draws contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line. That's on Enes Kanter. For New York, they have been good at the free throw line in this one, 7 of 8.
One shot.
That's good from Isaac.
And Isaac really continues to intrigue you. A 6'10 forward who's just got great agility and can be a nightmare in transition.
Here's LeBron, and the rejection by Harrell. Kuzma, that's good. Knicks trail by 7. Now Morris. The shot, no good. Kuzma with the defensive effort. Down low, and Kuzma slams it in.
A great assist there from LeBron. Going to try to set the table all night.
For New York, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Here's Morris. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on LeBron James.
So I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Knicks have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well. Free throw good from Morris. And Morris drops them both. Celtics leading by 7. James, the pass to Kanter. Back to LeBron. Here's Kuzma. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. James has got 4 assists now tonight.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
Now, here is Morris. Beal gets a wide open look, and they come right back with their own three-pointer. Beal's got 14 points for the game. James against Morris to the inside. That'll be Boston as it goes out of bounds. Celtics retain possession. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at Boston. Right now, they've acquired the second-best record in the conference. And, of course, the Knicks, not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
And, you know, for the Celtics, they've had a dream season. And I think they're only going to get stronger as we approach the postseason.
And once the playoffs do arrive, they won't be intimidated. Got underdogs early on, but during the course of the regular season, they've proven they can handle any situation and any opponent, no matter how tough.
Here's Morris following the basket by LeBron James. Morris outside. Floats it up there for Harrell. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
A solid roll there from Harrell as he's going to come right at you.
James against Morris. Pass to Ingles. Cantor with it. LeBron is doubled. Back to Cantor. Clock at 6. Basket counts. Cantor's got his first bucket of the night.
A reliable finisher who can score in a multitude of ways. Cantor is a tough cover down low.
Harrell dishes to Beal. And again, New York with the triple.
Pretty much not a player in the league is going to pass up a shot like that so much for the defense.
Morris against James. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. New York called for the foul. For Boston, they have gone 5 of 9 at the line.
LeBron James.
First free throw is good. Noel's checked in for New York. Davis comes in for Morris. Good on both. And it's Davis with the ball for the Knicks. Trailing here by 8. There's the pass to Porzingis. Shot clock at 6. Over Cantor. And Boston with the rebound. They've led by as many as 11 points. Next game for them, they'll take on the Raptors at Toronto. Sets in motion a 4-game road trip for them.
LeBron staying on the attack here. Knows when he can take over the game. It's whenever he wants to.
Time called here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
And they simply have no answer right now for what he's doing to them. He is making them pay.
This break in the action gives us a chance to show you the NBA's current fast break specialists. Number 1, the Celtics.
And that's a fun category. Most fans love that kind of up-tempo offense, and these guys are the best in the game playing that style.
Noel with it. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Here's Davis, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And let's see the stat sheet here on Enes Kanter. An amazing run for him the second half of the season. 3rd in rebounding, and also his field goal percentage is up in the top 5. Tremendously efficient at finishing plays at the basket.
And as you said, one of the league's top 3 rebounders. He has an instinct for how the shot's going to come off that rim. That's special. And the want to corral it. First one falls for him.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
And both free throws good for Davis. Celtics leading by 8. James, the pass to Cantor. Dishes it to Middleton. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Middleton's got 6.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Beal against Middleton. Here's Beal. He's got 17. Just 5 to shoot. That one's not going to go. And the Celtics going the other way now. And they double up James. Kicks it to Cantor. Off target with his 3. Knicks trail by 10. Isaac finds Davis. That's tipped. It's stolen by Ingles. And it's sent back by Isaac.
And that long wingspan of Isaac aids him there in turning away shots. But it's also the timing he displays when he attacks the shooter.
The Celtics making a switch here. Mills is checked in. Cantor, the pass to LeBron. And they double up LeBron. There's the 3. Knicks with the rebound. Isaac's got his 7th rebound here tonight. The shot missing. And the Celtics going the other way now. Now here's Middleton. 6 points for him. Passes it to Kuzma. Makes that one his 6th of the night. Shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
And got to be aware of Kuzma, especially with how he attacks there off the dribble. And positionless basketball, all the rage. And Kyle Kuzma really fits that mold. Is he a 3? Is he a 4? I don't know, but he gets buckets.
And it's Noel missing.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
And very light-footed is Kuzma. Moves well for his size.
You know, kind of a tweener in terms of build, but he has the ability to light up that scoreboard, something every team can use.
And the first one at the line is good.
Problematic or an Achilles heel for a lot of young bigs is consistency from the free throw line. Really hasn't been a problem for Porzingis.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Alex Len's checked in for Cantor. Markieff Morris comes in for Kyle Kuzma. And Alec Burks subbed in for Patty Mills. Bogdanovich is checked in for the Knicks. And both free throws good for Porzingis.
A big fella with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. Don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
Davis up top, and now it's Davis running. He can go all the way.
And that's a momentum shifter. A steal leading straight to the basket.
And so it's Burks bringing it up now for the Celtics. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Pass to James. And James throws it down.
And you can't give LeBron James that much room off the pick. He doesn't need much space to get that shot off.
Davis surveying the floor. Here's Beal. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to go on Markieff Morris.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
Shooting 2.
That free throw missing. And the Knicks making a change here. Morris is checked in. Good on the second free throw. Celtics leading by 9. On the wing, James, covered by Morris. Burks, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And he knocks down the first one. And he makes both free throws.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Knicks trail by 11. Morris passes to Beal. New York moving the ball around. Stolen by Len. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. That one goes. Count it. 8 points for Chris Middleton.
Tough to contest when a guy that size can get the shot off that quickly. Middleton with a nice quick release.
Morris against LeBron. Morris passes to Beal. Rejected by Len. James against Morris. LeBron, good. James has got 32 points.
Well, the combination of power and finesse, it just is automatic when LeBron gets down low. One of the most efficient paint players in the game. Things are going south right now. This is not the type of shooting that his teammates expect from him.
Here's Middleton. Bogdanovich grabs the miss. Knicks trail by 15. Outside, Beal. Six on the shot clock. That doesn't go either for Beal. Celtics on offense. They're on a 16-7 run. Got a piece of it. LeBron kicks to Middleton. And the three off target. New York's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
Oh, yeah, his teammates love that one. I'm sure he's going to hear about it when he gets to the huddle.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Here's a look at some stats for Kristaps Porzingis. He's been on a remarkable tear this past month. First in blocks, and he's among the top 20 players in three-point field goal percentage. He has been locked and loaded from beyond.
He has been a human highlight reel all season long. Clearly the best shot blocker in the game right now, and he has the numbers to back it up. The first free throw is good. Harrell, he's checked in for Porzingis. And Morris drops them both. And so it's Burks bringing it up now for Boston. To the middle. And LeBron with the basket, the assist by Burks. That's 36 points for LeBron.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Morris against James. Pass to Beal. With the shot. New York, no good that time either. Celtics leading by 15. Burks finds Middleton. Here's the teardrop, and that's 2 points on the layup. Middleton's got 10 points in the game.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
The shot comes out. Great D that time from LeBron. The 19-foot shot, and that one hits back iron. Knicks trail by 17, and the pass to Morris. Inside, here's Harrell. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Bogdanovich against Middleton. He can't hit that time. And New York will come the other way. Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. No good from outside. Boston's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. Here's LeBron, and James throws it down.
Well, Middleton right now staying aware of where his teammates are and hitting them when they're open.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
On the wing, Morris. Covered by LeBron.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Morris passes to Beal. 27 seconds left in the third quarter. They could use a bucket. Harrell, and it's sent back by Morris. Morris against James. Offensive rebound. Harrell. Tough break there. Shot after shot. They couldn't get anything to fall. Middleton left side. From deep three-point range. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Celtics out in front, just dominating this one. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right. Now let's listen into the huddle of Brad Stevens.
Excellent defense. Keep getting the ball side to side on offense.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. They've got LeBron James. Markieff Morris is out there with Len. Then there's Alec Burks. And it's Ingles in at the small forward. That's the Boston 5. Here's LeBron, and the shot goes in. James has got 40 points.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Bounce pass, Bogdanovich. Harrell finds Beal. Back to Harrell. And no good. Good work defensively by Morris. And how often do players argue calls knowing that they are in the wrong? They know they're going after something that was the correct call.
Let's just say often, Kevin. I mean, you just never the whistle.
Are they thinking ahead in terms of saying?
I don't think so. It's emotional. It's just an emotional reaction. I mean, you're out there running around and doing what you do, and you get a whistle. You're going to react to it like, oh, I did something wrong. Why am I in the principal's office right now? I want to get my side out. I know you saw it. Everybody does.
That sounds like you may have done a lot of that.
I try to avoid that, Kevin.
Did you? Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't think that's healthy for you and your reputation.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Morris passes to Noel. Beal against Len. But they get it back. It's deflected. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. LeBron is running.
Well, LeBron makes a million decisions a moment out there on the floor. That time, another good one.
Time called here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Boston. Mills comes in for LeBron. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Here's Alexander Walker. Guarded by Korver. Shots good by Alexander Walker.
How about that move? You'll see very few players able to pull off. Just sensational stuff.
Mills dishes to Len. Back to Mills. A lot of missing stats from the 60s and 70s, but if we could go back and look at those actual numbers, any players you think would really be catching our eye in terms of, wow, I didn't know that guy was that good, or he's better than I thought he was?
Well, don't we always look at the incredible, mind-boggling numbers of Wilt Chamberlain
yes,
and think, what was that guy doing?
Yeah.
And we don't even have half of it.
No.
So Wilt Chamberlain comes to mind first. What I think about Kevin when that question comes up is how many great players through the 70s and also really through the 80s, because the three-point line wasn't accentuated enough, missed the opportunity to be even greater scorers. I mean, Jerry West with a three-point line.
Can you imagine that?
You got to be kidding me. So there's a lot of gap of those players, too, that also because of changes in rules and because the three-point line wasn't in, that we would be talking about in terms of nostalgia and their accomplishments with a much different voice.
Even someone as recent as Jordan, with the rules the way they are now.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
With the openness of the floor and what Michael could do, as if he wanted to prove he could do more.
Exactly. Poirier, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Alex Len picks one up.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Brent, when a team hires a new coach, what tends to be the feelings of the players in that locker room, knowing there's a new voice in there?
If you are a veteran player, you have the opportunity, more than likely, Kevin, to call 5 or 6 resources that know who that coach is. Because most of the time coaches that are getting hired have previous NBA experience. If you're a younger player, you're looking at what it is that's being written and said about that coach to try to evaluate how it is that you're going to fit in. The biggest responsibility, Kevin, is that new coach trying to get as many of those players into the facility or at a meeting or at a dinner to have them understand from day one, as soon as possible, what it is that they're about, what it is he's expecting from them, and how it is he's going to go about them. Then all the other things about guesswork, those go away.
Right. All about communication.
That communication, and communication as quick as you possibly can, that's an important factor.
Back to Mills. Shot clock at 5. Over Porzingis. And too long on the shot.
That was some very intimidating, aggressive defense that really helped alter that shot.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And you want to see that. Isaac getting deep post position. He loves putting the defense in a tough spot, always looking to get to the line.
At the line for 2.
He's off on the first. Brent, we have seen some international showcase games the last few years. Do you like that trend?
Oh, absolutely. I like the fact that our league, we know how global it is with how many players from different countries are represented throughout the rosters around the league. But for our game to travel around to London and to Mexico City and have an opportunity for those fans to see what NBA basketball is like, I think it's an absolute win for the NBA.
I'd like to see more, actually.
Well, more time for those teams. The timing of some of those trips for some teams are a little bit tough in terms of the travel, but their appearances there mean so much more to grow the game globally.
High arcing shot. The kick out to LeBron. And they double up James. Ingles in the corner. Trying to get open is Kuzma. Ingles can't get it to go.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
And the basket by Isaac.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball, in rhythm.
Beal against LeBron. And the dunk by James.
LeBron James, here's the report, Kevin, still athletic.
And Morris has got the ball here for New York. Passes it to Isaac. He kicks it to Beal. Stolen by Middleton. Here's Ingles. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
And the free throw, no good. For so long, the U.S. has been the country to beat in international basketball play. But there are some big-time challengers around the globe emerging.
Well, Serbia and Spain continue to be competition that the U.S. takes extremely seriously. Now, I'm not saying they don't take everybody that they step on the floor against with tremendous amount of respect. We know from years in the past that Argentina had its golden age with the players around Manu Ginobili and Oberto and Nocioni, but that seemed to be a timing thing for the Argentinian national team. Spain and Serbia will continue to be impressive and continue to push USA basketball in these international tournaments and Olympic play.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
He's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Here's Beal. Pass to Harrell. Takes a three. Good. It's Beal picking up the assist. 15 points from Montrezl Harrell.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
Middleton for three. Bangs home the trifecta.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Morris against James. Morris passes to Beal. Tried to come right back with the three of his own. It's no good. James in the post. Harrell on him. The wide open look here for Ingles. And again, it's Boston converting.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
Yeah, this team did something in halftime, going from a mild-mannered half-court executing team to some heroic shooting in the second half. Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
You know, Brent, something other major sports do, reseeding during the playoffs. So the highest seeds always will play the lowest seeds. And do you think the NBA should go down that road?
I think the consideration will still be there. I think that conversation is going to happen over the course of the next 2 or 3 years. I don't see it changing in that time, Kevin, but it's healthy to continue the dialogue to the point where maybe we do get there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Henson's checked in for Cantor. Korver comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Edwards in for Joe Ingles. And so it's New York with it. Here is House. Pass to Korkmaz. Shot clock at 6. Here is House. Guarded by Kuzma. And the Knicks miss again. Boston shooting certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. Here's LeBron. Poirier grabs the miss. New York's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. House kicks to Thomas. Looking to end the run. And Boston with the rebound. To the paint. Here's LeBron. And good! There's another.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Thomas surveying the D. Count it. Thomas got his first points of the night.
I just think that's trouble. You're gonna let that guy shoot layups. You're asking for it.
Edwards passes to Kuzma. And Kuzma slams it in.
And this is what Kuzma can do. When he's got it going, you've got to keep getting him opportunities.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
House kicks to Korkmaz. The pass to Alexander Walker. Outside Thomas. Passes it to Alexander Walker. Elbow shot. The Knicks rebound.
Yeah, maybe a little luck, maybe a little bit of heart. Both of those at play here. He's getting every offensive rebound.
Pass to House. From deep. The shot, no good.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups. So maybe just a step too far. All night they've asked him to shoulder the scoring load, and he is not disappointed.
Pass to Alexander Walker. Here's Korkmaz, guarded by Korver. And there's the pass to House. And so the ball out of bounds. Henson touched it last. And some changes here for the Celtics. Lenz checked in for LeBron. And it's Rodions Kurucs in for Kyle Kuzma.
Rodions Kurucs.
On defense, Boston passes to Alexander Walker. Here is House, defended by Henson. Shot clock at 3. From outside the arc, got a piece of it.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Celtics.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And the strong effort here will convert into what will be their 50th win on the season.
And they cap off the season series with one more win. It's been nothing but W's, 4 straight.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for LeBron.
And so many times on the defensive end showed off those quick mitts, jumped all over the opposition and swiped the ball away a number of times.
Now here's Len. He's guarded closely. Over House. That one wide left. And so Thomas will bring it up for the Knicks. Pass to Poirier. Some nice passing by New York here. Here's Korkmaz. Here's Alexander Walker. Pass to Poirier. Shoots over Henson. Poirier, no good. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For
off the top. The flow is hot, they got you shocked. Come from off the top. Come from off the top.
Can't keep up, you too slow.
Top.
You just watch, I control.
Top.
I take half, you not whole.
Top.
Got your mind, got your
This is a scenario, I'm in your area, this is your definitely. Turn up your stereo, get this jumping like Mario, now you ain't with me. You terrible, I might embarrass you right here in front of your whole family. Hot in Nigeria, this is the year of the beer, leave it here on the chair so they know we was here. Staring in fear like a deer when the car coming near in the middle of the road, bit of fear. You don't wanna rock with the man, hands off of the grands, counting up bands while I talk to the fans. Knew I could jam, but the top wasn't playing. Now everybody wanna be friends. How you? Said I'm just fine, in the right place, at the wrong time. Said I go crazy, out of my mind. And I think back when daddy wrote down that it might scrape and it might grind, but you work hard and it might shine. Let me slow down, switch the time and quit hiding.
Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up.
Yeah, get you some. Yeah, can't wait till I get me some. Go ahead, get you some. Yeah, just watch when I get me some. Go ahead.